Have you ever found yourself completely absorbed in like the silky smoothness of a piece of dark chocolate?
Yeah.
Or maybe drifting into that really blissful state during a spa treatment and wondered if there's maybe more to these moments than just, well, simple indulgence.
Uh-huh.
Could your love for chocolate and that deep desire for relaxation actually be connected in ways you haven't even considered?
It's a really interesting question, isn't it? And the insights from Spavelous online magazine really help us explore
It's
that.
marvelous, right?
Yeah, they suggest that when you bring together, enjoying chocolate and the tranquility of a spa, you're not just amplifying pleasure.
Oh,
You're actually opening the door to a more profound, maybe more meaningful experience of self-care. Wouldn't you agree?
absolutely. Yeah, this deep dive we're taking today, it isn't just about treating yourself in a sort of fleeting way.
Right.
It's more about uncovering how intentionally pairing the richness of, say, dark chocolate with the serene atmosphere of spa experiences, well, how that can lead to a greater sense of being present
Hmm. Presence.
and more mindful eating habits, and ultimately maybe a deeper connection with your own well-being, you know?
Yeah, moving beyond just a quick fix.
Exactly. We're aiming for something that goes beyond a quick sugar hit or just a temporary escape.
And the material from Spavelous, it really built a compelling case for this connection, I think.
How so?
Well, it delves into the genuine wellness benefits that high-quality chocolate offers, and it highlights how the naturally calming environment of spas creates like a perfect setting for cultivating mindful practices.
Okay.
So we'll be looking at practical ways you can weave these two worlds together, whether you're, treating yourself to a spa visit or maybe creating a personal sanctuary right at home.
Okay, so let's unpack this. And maybe we should start with something that might just shift how you think about that square of dark chocolate.
Okay, I'm listening.
Forget any lingering guilt for a moment. Our sources
Yeah.
point out that really good dark chocolate, the kind with, say, 70% cacao or more, it's actually packed with wellness benefits.
Yeah, that's a key point. And what's truly interesting here is the impact on your body's chemistry.
Ah, the science bit.
Right. When you savor dark chocolate mindfully, it encourages the release of endorphins.
Hmm.
Those natural mood boosters that give you that feeling of euphoria.
That was good. Yeah.
Beyond that lift, the flavonoids found in dark chocolate are being actively studied for their potential to support both your brain health and heart health, too.
And it gets even more fascinating, apparently. It turns out dark chocolate is a pretty good source of magnesium.
Ah, magnesium, right, which plays a vital role in helping to calm your nervous system.
Calming.
A plus, it contains phenylethylamine.
Phenol what now?
Phenylethylamine. It's a compound linked to those lovely sensations we associate with, well, being in love.
Huh. Who knew your chocolate habit could be such a personal act of affection, right?
It's true. And if we connect this to the broader experience of like a relaxing spa environment, the articles describe it as creating a kind of multisensory magic.
Multisensory magic. I
Yeah.
like that. Think about it. You have these positive internal biochemical things happening, and you're surrounding yourself with an atmosphere specifically designed for calm and rejuvenation.
Mhm.
And interestingly, research suggests that engaging multiple senses at the same time can actually create stronger memory encoding.
Oh, really?
Yeah, making these moments of mindful indulgence potentially more impactful for your long-term well-being. It really elevates the experience beyond just a simple treat.
So it could actually be therapeutic for you.
Potentially, yes. Quite therapeutic.
That makes perfect sense.
Fun.
Spas are almost intentionally designed to help us slow down, aren't they?
Totally.
The gentle lighting, the soothing music, the way they engage all your senses in a really calming way. Our sources call them natural sanctuaries of slowness,
That's a great phrase.
which I think perfectly captures that feeling you get when you step inside one.
And that inherent slowing down is crucial, actually, because it provides the ideal backdrop for mindful eating.
Consider this. When you're in a relaxed state, your senses are naturally more attuned, more open.
Okay.
The sources suggest intentionally incorporating a chocolate-tasting ritual into that spa experience, or even into a home spa day you might create.
A ritual.
Yeah, the key here isn't about quickly eating a chocolate bar, right? It's about a deliberate sensory exploration of just a small amount.
A ritual, not a binge. That distinction is so important for you, the listener, to grasp.
Exactly.
It's about truly engaging with that piece of chocolate, noticing the aroma as you bring it closer, the texture maybe as you break a piece.
The snap.
Yeah, the snap and the
Yeah.
way it melts on your tongue, and really paying attention to what your body is telling you with each taste.
Exactly. And the article provides some really thoughtful examples of how you compare specific spa experiences with different types of chocolate to truly enhance that sensory connection.
Oh, cool.
It's not just random pairings. There's a considered logic behind these combinations.
Okay, tell us more. What kind of pairings do they suggest for people to try?
Well, one that stood out to me was pairing a grounding massage with dark chocolate that has sea salt.
Ooh, sea salt chocolate.
Yeah. The idea is that the massage helps to relax your muscles physically, while the mineral-rich salt in the chocolate provides this subtle awakening of your taste buds.
Ah, interesting contrast.
And the mindful tip they offer is to really focus on that contrast. Those tiny, salty crystals interacting with the smooth, velvety cacao as it melts in your mouth.
Oh, that sounds really intriguing for you, the interplay of those sensations.
Yeah.
What's another pairing they recommend?
Another fascinating combination is pairing a eucalyptus steam room with mint-infused chocolate.
Mint chocolate. Okay.
The cooling sensation of the mint beautifully complements the invigorating effect of the eucalyptus, right? Which helps to clear not only your sinuses,
Uh-huh.
but perhaps even some of that mental clutter we all carry around.
Yeah, definitely need that sometimes.
And the mindful tip here is to take a deep inhale between bites to really heighten that aromatic connection between the mint and the eucalyptus.
That makes total sense, a real breath of fresh air, literally and figuratively.
Then there's a pairing that's perhaps more emotionally evocative. An aromatherapy bath combined with rose or orange blossom flavored chocolate.
Ooh, floral chocolate. Fancy.
Right. The floral notes present in both are said to activate the limbic system, which, as you probably know, is deeply connected to memory and emotion. It's like the brain's emotional center.
Ah. Oh.
So the suggestion is to close your eyes, really breathe in the sense of the bath, and savor how those floral notes in the chocolate linger on your palate.
That sounds incredibly soothing and quite luxurious, actually. It's like layering sensory experiences to create a deeper sense of well-being. And what about something that might offer a more intense, perhaps more grounding experience?
For that, yeah, a more inward and grounding experience, they suggest pairing a sound bath or maybe a meditation session with raw cacao nibs
Raw nibs.
or even 100% cacao. Pure cacao has a very intense flavor. It can be somewhat bitter, much like the focused stillness you might find during meditation.
Right, it demands attention.
It does. And the mindful tip here is to chew slowly and pay close attention to the texture and the bitterness, maybe seeing it as a reflection of your own internal sensations.
Wow, that sounds like a powerful way for you to connect the external experience with what's happening inside.
Yeah.
It really highlights how this is about so much more than just the taste, isn't it? It's about engaging with the entire sensory landscape.
And this brings us right back to what the source beautifully calls the soulful thread, connecting chocolate and spa relaxation. Mindful eating.
That soulful thread, I like that.
It's not just about what you're consuming, but very much about how you're engaging with that whole experience.
Exactly. They really emphasize how slowing down, tuning into your senses, and savoring each bite with full awareness, how that transforms something as simple as eating into a truly meditative act for you.
Totally.
And the spa environment, whether it's a dedicated space or one you've created in your own home, it provides that perfect container to really foster this kind of mindful engagement.
It's about that connection, isn't it? As the article points out to you, a connection to what truly nourishes you, both physically and emotionally, and mindfully enjoying a piece of high-quality chocolate in a space dedicated to holistic well-being that really honors that connection within yourself.
So the good news is you don't necessarily need to book a fancy spa day to experience this for yourself, right?
Not at all.
Our sources offer some really great and frankly accessible ideas for creating your own at-home chocolate and spa ritual.
Absolutely. They provide a simple yet very effective DIY ritual that honestly anyone can easily incorporate into their weekend or even just a quiet evening.
Okay, how does it work?
It starts with setting a calming atmosphere in your space, using things like candles, soothing music.
Nice ambiance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And perhaps some essential oils like lavender or orange are suggested.
Then comes the chocolate, but with a focus on quality over quantity for you.
Definitely. Just one or two small, high-quality pieces of your favorite dark chocolate.
Okay, got my chocolate. What next?
And even before you take that first taste, The ritual begins with 3 deep breaths, just to help you center yourself in the moment.
Grounding yourself.
Then, it's all about engaging all of your senses with the chocolate. Really looking at it, noticing its color and sheen, smelling its rich aroma.
The smell is key.
Oh, yeah. Maybe even listening to that little snap as you break off a piece. And of course, letting it melt slowly in your mouth, paying attention to all the subtle nuances of flavor and texture.
And the ritual doesn't just end for you once the chocolate is gone, does it?
No, that's a great point. It encourages you to follow that mindful tasting with another relaxing activity that resonates with you personally.
Like what?
Like maybe a warm bath, some gentle stretching, or light yoga, or perhaps a guided meditation. Whatever feels right.
Okay.
And finally, just a moment of reflection, asking yourself how the experience felt, and if you noticed anything new about the chocolate, or maybe about your own state of being.
Bringing awareness to it.
Yeah, it's really about bringing that sense of reverence to those everyday moments in your life.
I love that phrase, reverence to everyday moments. Because in our often fast-paced lives, gosh, it can feel like we're just rushing from one thing to the next, you know?
Still.
Taking that pause, that intentional time for yourself feels incredibly valuable.
And the article directly addresses that feeling you might have, that maybe slowing down for something like this could seem trivial.
Yeah, like, I don't have time for that.
Right. But it argues that these intentional acts of reclaiming pleasure and really reconnecting with our own bodies are actually quite profound and important for your overall well-being.
It's about learning to approach eating, resting, and living with what they so beautifully call softness and sovereignty.
Softness and sovereignty.
Rather than feeling like you should be constantly restricting yourself or that you somehow don't deserve these moments of pleasure and calm.
Exactly. In that context, pairing mindful eating with spa relaxation isn't just some superficial act of self-care for you. It truly becomes an act of self-respect.
Self-respect, that hits different.
Yeah, it's about valuing your own well-being on a much deeper level.
Okay, so our sources also anticipate some of the questions you, our listener, might have about all this.
Always good to cover those.
For example, the classic question that often comes up around chocolate. Isn't chocolate bad for you? Like, fundamentally.
Right. And the answer, as we kind of touched on earlier, is that high-quality dark chocolate, with a high percentage of cacao, actually offers a range of benefits for you.
It's not candy, necessarily.
Exactly. The key, as with pretty much anything in life, is moderation and intention. It's about mindfully savoring a small amount rather than mindlessly consuming a whole bar.
Makes sense. And what about the worry of overindulging? How does mindful eating specifically help you with that?
Well, by slowing down and fully engaging all of your senses as you eat, you become much more attuned to when you're actually satisfied.
Ah, okay. You notice the signals better.
Precisely. The article suggests that when you are truly present with the experience of eating that chocolate, a smaller amount can actually be far more fulfilling and satisfying for you than a larger amount eaten without that awareness.
Less is more when you're paying attention.
We got it.
Another question they address is whether you can truly feel a tangible difference when you intentionally pair chocolate with spa treatments or relaxation practices. Like, is it real?
And the answer, according to the sources, is a resounding yes.
Okay.
The sensory pairing really does seem to heighten your awareness and can significantly amplify the emotional impact of both the chocolate and the spa experience.
So it leads to deeper relaxation.
Exactly. Deeper relaxation and a greater feeling of satisfaction for you.
Finally, for those of you listening who might not have easy or regular access to a traditional spa, what do our sources suggest?
Yeah, that's a practical point. They emphasize that you can absolutely create your own sensory spa environment right at home.
DIY spa time.
Totally. Using simple things like taking a warm bath, diffusing essential oils, putting on calming music, and of course, having some high-quality chocolate on hand.
Right.
The core of this beneficial experience isn't necessarily the specific location like a fancy building.
It's the mindset.
It's your intention and the ritual that you create for yourself. That's what matters.
This has really given me, and I hope you too, our listeners, a whole new perspective on how these seemingly separate indulgences can actually work together.
Yeah, synergistically.
To enhance our overall well-being. It's not just about feeling good in that immediate moment, is it? But about cultivating a deeper, more meaningful connection with ourselves.
And that leads us nicely to the final thought that our sources leave us with a powerful challenge, really, for you to maybe rewrite the rules around the idea of indulgence.
Rewrite the rules.
To consider viewing chocolate not as a guilty pleasure, but perhaps as a sacred pause in your day.
A sacred pause. I like that.
And to perhaps see spa days, or even your at-home rituals, not just as escapes from reality, but as true gateways to embodiment, getting back into your body.
Wow, gateways to embodiment. I love that imagery. It really shifts the focus from something we might feel we need to earn or restrict
Yeah.
to something that can actually be a valuable pathway to greater self-awareness and just a deeper sense of presence in our own lives.
Ultimately, the sources suggest that in every small piece of chocolate and in every fragrant drop of essential oil, there's a valuable opportunity waiting for you.
An opportunity.
An opportunity to return to yourself, to eat with a sense of reverence, and to relax with clear intention.
So the final takeaway for you isn't about denying yourself pleasure at all, is it?
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's about fully embracing it, but with mindfulness and presence.
Because pleasure, when it's intentionally paired with presence,
Isn't indulgent in the way we often think of it. It's actually quite powerful.
it's powerful. And we really encourage you to explore that power in your own life.